Genoa rises where the mountains meet the sea. There is no gentle approach, no wide plain, no ceremonial axis. From the water, the city appears layered. Stone upon stone, house upon palace, all pressed tightly between rock and salt. In the 18th century, Genoa was no longer an empire of expansion, but it remained a city of calculation. Here, power did not announce itself. It waited behind walls, above streets, facing the harbour. Ships arrive quietly, not in triumph but in routine. Eighteenth-century engravings show a harbour dense with masts, warehouses pressed against the water, cranes and ropes filling the foreground. This was not a port of spectacle. It was a port of contract. Goods moved from ship to shore, from shore to ledger. Spices, metals, fabrics, credit. The sea was not admired here. It was managed. Genoa did not dominate the Mediterranean through force alone, but through finance. Palaces line this street like a silent procession. In the 18th century, this was Strada Nuova, one of the most ambitious urban projects in Europe, but these were not royal palaces. They were private. Paintings and vedute show grand facades, carefully ordered, carefully restrained. Inside lived the families who ruled Genoa without crowns. The Doria, the Spinola, the Grimaldi. Foreign ambassadors were not welcomed by the state, but assigned to stay inside these homes. In Genoa, diplomacy was hosted. There was no single palace of government. Instead, there was a system. The Roli lists determined which noble house would host kings, princes, and envoys. 18th century interiors show staircases rising dramatically, frescoes above marble halls, wealth turned inward. Power here was fragmented, but stable, not concentrated in one ruler, but shared among families who trusted walls more than crowds. Step away from the palaces, and the city tightens. Narrow streets descend toward the harbour. Buildings rise high. Light struggles to reach the ground. 18th century drawings capture these spaces. Laundry overhead, vendors below, movement compressed. This was Genoa's daily reality. No grand squares, no ceremonial routes. Life moved vertically, from docks to homes, from darkness to light. Here, the city worked. San Lorenzo stands at the heart of the old city, but it does not dominate it. Its striped facade appears again and again in 18th century views, anchoring the dense urban fabric. This was not a cathedral of empire. It was a cathedral of continuity. In Genoa, faith did not compete with power. It coexisted quietly. The church remained present, but never overwhelming. From the hills, the city reveals its logic. 18th century panoramas show a compact mass, fortified, layered, disciplined. Walls wrap around the city. Beyond them, little expansion. Genoa did not sprawl. It contained itself. Every space accounted for, every movement considered. The city looks outward, but only from a distance. As evening falls, the harbour quiets. Shadows stretch along stone facades. Candles replace daylight inside palaces. Accounts are reviewed. Decisions postponed. Genoa does not sleep early, but it does not rush. In the 18th century, this was a city past its peak, yet still deeply informed by experience. It had learned when to act and when to wait. Genoa did not need to impress. It needed to endure. Between mountain and sea, between decline and memory, it chose control over display. And in doing so, it remained quietly powerful.